or once that's done.
Go ahead and call the December 16th, 2024 regular scheduled meeting of the Simpson County Commissioners to order with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First up on the agenda, approval of minutes from our December 2nd regular scheduled meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from December 2nd, regular scheduled meeting.
Second that motion.
Got a motion from Randy, a second from Jerry to approve as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Approval of minutes from our joint special session of council of December the 3rd, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the joint meeting on December 3rd, 2024.
I'll second the motion. A motion from Randy, a second from Jamie. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Approval of claims.
Make a motion to approve claims presented.
I'll second the motion to approve the claims as presented.
A motion from Jerry, second from Randy to approve the claims as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Highway Superintendent Dusty.
We've been out a few times pre-treating roads with Brian and Cinders. District 1 crew got the fallen radio tower cleaned up. The crew's been removing fallen trees back away from the roadsides. Crews have been cleaning plugged up ditches and culverts. Crews been running long arm to District 2. Crews have been covering gravel roads with rocks, and also got 2 bid openings to do mine. You want to start on these now, or you have questions on those?
Yeah, we can go. We'll have a discussion on it, yeah.
This will be for our community crossings project. Payton.
Let's see, you know what roads or approximately how many center line miles?
This project here will be roughly 7 miles, and it will be to do Aaron Road and, Antioch Road.
Is this community crossings?
Yes.
Okay, so, sure. It's Aaron Hill and what else?
Antioch, yeah.
You said about 7 miles, correct?
Yeah.
I don't think this one was coming.
Well, he's open that. That fallen radio tower. What exactly was it?
It's the tops of the
Yeah.
same room.
Same road,
Oh,
okay.
you.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the quotes on, been playing phone today, but I'm trying to get quotes on replacement.
One, was the hurricane with, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first quote is from Paul H. Rowe. So this also includes Chapel Ridge.
Yeah, and the state sees Aaron Road as Chapel Ridge from 250 down to the curve of Chapel, so that's their segment. It's like,
Right.
we consider it all Aaron.
Road, right, okay. Total bid from Paul H. Rowe is $1,312,436.60. That's pushing 200,000 a mile. And I realize Aaron's a little bit wider anyhow, he isn't really though, is he?
Yeah, anyhow, pretty well. In places, I mean, it's not wide open.
Second quote is from Dave O'Mara. Total project bid is in the amount of $989,387.20. Do these quotes include any striping or
No, they're not, it's just like,
no farming?
do learning as well.
And striping will be able to do itself as well, correct?
Yep.
Do we include that cost in the community crossings?
We did not, because of the price of it, which pretty well gonna be over, borderline being over what we poured on community crossings, so.
But with the 930, whatever it is, that leaves us 60-some thousand. Of course, we didn't know that we was gonna have 60-some thousand.
Yeah,
Probably could have went ahead and thrown it in.
yes, knowing what we know now, we could, but I don't think we can go back and add it now.
That's, those include the top coat.
Yeah,
Top.
Yeah.
Upper coat after the black coat.
yeah, that'll be wedge and surface.
Entertain a motion.
Go ahead and make a motion for Dave O'Mara Contractors in the amount of $989,387.20.
I'll second the motion.
Got a motion from Jerry, a second from Randy, to approve the, I guess it's call number 2 of 2024 Community Crossings Grant Award to O'Mara Construction in the amount of $989,387.20. Any further discussion? All in favor? And my math was obviously off a minute ago. I thought it was 930 something. So there's only like 11,000,
Right.
10,000.
Next is to finish up to the remaining ARPA money, blacktop.
Yeah.
200,000-300,000 left, I believe.
I think it's
260.
yeah,
It was 70.
40 something, 60 something. Yeah. Last one was
700. That should be 73 left. So, but it should be. Yeah, I carry that figure. He is.
First bid from Paul H. Rowe and Company. And this is how many approximate miles?
look at that top two, but it just showed the mileage on that.
Right here.
So, yeah. I was thinking it was around,
There we go. Two, something less than 3 miles, 2.7 miles,
yeah, so I
2.8
was
miles.
thinking it was just short to what you said. This will be from Goodner Road, Cullen Road, and Herman Road. And Herman and Goodner actually, or Herman and Cullen turn off of Goodner Road. Even all three right there.
Total bid from Paul H. Rowe Company is $384,602.50.
What do you say, sir?
384,602.50. Second bid is from Dable Mar Contractor Incorporated in the amount of $274,866 even.
Well, they try to find something that could be-
It's got about 260 in it.
I think we got around two, so.
Commissioners have enough in their casino fund to fund the balance if we are.
There's still something with that 90,
So that-
that 90 that you guys were playing with, and you bought the,
Oh, but you,
yeah.
yeah.
40 left to bid or something.
Maybe
20.
73.
okay, 'cause
So,
you'll spend 20.
90.
I don't think any of that.
Should be 73,000.
But we use X amount for, something at SCER also.
About a Lucas machine.
Lucas, that's it.
Lucas, sorry.
That was 98, we used 8,000.
And we spent
By Lucas, that up to 90. And then we-
About 72.
There's about 72 left.
That was it.
So that said, I'll make a motion for Dable Mara, the amount of $274,800.
I'll second the motion.
Got a motion from Jerry, second from Randy, to approve Dave Omar contractor for the completion of the ARPA asphalt project for 2025 in the amount of $274,866. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. What else you got, Dusty?
Yeah, so what we paid Derek and them to which route was best to go versus community crossings, federal aid. That's what they come up with for our 4 options.
It's down on
Popcorn,
popcorn radio.
bottom of
Bottom
popcorn.
popcorn right where you get on Swamp.
So option one is locally funded. Obviously a different structure than if we do community crossings and or federal aid. With solely funded by the county an amount of $2.7 million. Option two would be community crossings, with a total cost of $4,077,000, with $3,077,000 being the responsibility of Switzerland County. And then option three would be pursue the federal aid at an 80-20 split. Again, the cost of the structure is significantly greater because of the requirements Total project, $6.2 million with an out-of-pocket cost of Switzerland County of $1.247 million. And I'm not even gonna read option
Yeah,
four, because
well-
also a federal, large scope project versus small scope. Obviously, we don't have to make a decision on it tonight. It's just to give you an idea of what we've got coming down the road, probably in the next,
It's
year?
gonna be done before 28,
428, okay, so,
or in the year 28.
so we've got a couple of years, again, community crossings would fund the majority of it if it was approved as a federal program. I'm of the opinion that we should probably let the incoming administration,
Yeah.
decide how they want to attack it. I don't see a reason for us to go ahead and make any type of commitment tonight. That's totally up to you guys. If you want to, we could do that too.
I mean, there has been discussion of that we can possibly do that differently, right?
Yeah, I would like to look into the option like we did on Lower Newby. We got, basically, we can put, I mean, a few things may change on it, but we can put the same bridge we just done on Lower Newby. It's only a half a mile of stream. We got that bid out for $100,000. So I think we need to look at different options other than them four.
So my opinion is we table it and look at the other options.
Thoughts?
I'm good with table.
Yeah, obviously there would be additional, I mean, we've already paid Eric, I can't remember the company. So-
What do you guys like?
Yes, 15,000 for basically, I mean, that's not engineering work, that's just grant study
Right.
work. So there'd be additional engineering, work, et cetera, but nevertheless, I'm in agreement to table it.
But ends up saving the county hundreds of thousands of dollars. And all the way through, taking over look at different type bridge.
I don't know if we have to take a vote on it, but I'll make a motion to table, making any decision on the bridge project for Popcorn Road, until 2025, where the incoming administration, is in place.
I'll second the motion.
Got a motion from Jamie, a second from Randy. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
You want truck quotes?
Yep.
Last thing I got was 3 truck.
Three. Oh, 3 quotes, not 3 trucks.
No. And I circled, I think that's the only one, because they cover the page, I circled the main prices on it.
So prior to us going through these guys, why don't you give everybody an update on the accident last week?
Yeah, so
I'm not sure how many people are aware of it, how many people aren't, but there was an accident last week, so let's just give everybody an update, so that kind of leads into, how we attack, if you will, or how we look at what we do relative to these 2 trucks anyway.
Yeah, so last Wednesday, we had, single axle dump truck loaded with cinders, had about to put cinders on the road. He got off the edge of the road a little bit when the truck was heavy. When he come back on the road, it come back around on him, blade over on the side of the road. And the guy, he went to the hospital, got checked out, he's doing okay. Got a little bit of shoulder injury, but luckily he's okay. And to get him out of the truck, we had to cut the roof off the truck and do a little bit of damage to the truck and get him out of the truck. So, but the main thing is he's doing okay, and here we are at this time.
So obviously, we're down one one truck currently. It's out of commission, if you will. Obviously, there will be an insurance claim submitted for either damage or replacement. But nevertheless, we still are down a truck currently.
That was one of our newer trucks. That we don't understand insurance on that. It's too early on the shop floor.
And we was actually hoping to hear back on the truck six, maybe this week or next, on getting it finished. Hopefully we'll get one, right?
So the first quote is from Freightliner. Next time, it's right on. So they just quoted one truck and use the same price for both. Is that how yours?
Yeah, it's tied into there. It should be the back.
Right here's the, but that's for one truck.
Yeah, and then this here will be for the bed and plow and stuff, for the grand total of this.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And these ones run through source well on the pricing. And we're running through, if they can do it cheaper on the road or through source well.
So the first quote from Freightliner were two Freightliner M2 106 plus trucks, with dump beds. I don't know what else is on here.
They'll have stainless steel beds, they'll have the snow plow attachment, all the hydraulics for the snow plow, and they'll have an in-cab center mount to run the salt spreader box on there.
That doesn't include salt spreaders, box.
No, that's not.
Unit price of $190,075 or $380,150 for two trucks.
190,000.
75. Yep.
And that one there is basically the front page, you get all the pricing. The only thing I will say on that one there, he sent us another paper with that. Cause we did all these with the transmission mounted pumps with the hydraulics.
Mhm.
And this company here said they could do it cheaper with a front mounted pump instead of transmission, it's less replacement costs and all that. But to keep all the quotes the same, I just have to bid it with one with the transmission. Well, I'm assuming on all three of these, if we went with the front mounted pump, we could save $3,600 there too.
So the second quote is from KLG Peterbilt of Louisville. For Peterbilt model 548 truck.
Yeah.
Unit price is $201,186. Or two truck price of $402,372.
Steel bed,
Yep, same
Wow.
thing, bed, plow, yes, same thing.
in cab pipe. Remote.
Yeah, so the first set of boxes.
And the third quote is from Selkie International. Selking, Selking. for a HV 607 International dump truck. Unit price is 202, 458, 45. For two trucks, $404,916.90. Just go back and confirm. Freightliner's 380, 150. Yep. Peterbilt of Louisville is 402, 372. And International is 404, 916.90. Obviously, Highway Department does not have these budgeted. There's no funds available in the Highway Department. However, the commissioner's current balance in their casino revenue fund is $972,058, which is where these funds would have to come from. Unless you guys have a thought on some place else.
My phone place, we get it now. I mean, we want to keep these roads clear this way. I mean, right, yep. I mean,
Well, the oldest trucks, the newest trucks are what, 5 years old now?
Six.
Six.
Then we got,
That purchase was 2018. That's one of the vehicles that.
Yeah.
Was in.
yeah, we bought three of them at the same time. And then we have, yeah,
Don't know where we stand.
we have three other brake bonders that are like 12 years old, and we have three that are 14. Truck six, one of them is.
So basically, every district has one newer truck and then
Yep.
two older ones.
And we were trying to buy them in threes back in the day to get one for each district. Yeah, we have. Now, just for a little information, before you all like.
Sort of triaxle is it's a Mack, isn't it?
Yeah. it's back.
Do we have any other Peterbilts currently?
So,
I know we have.
everything we got straight liner, we got three old Chevy trucks, which we'll probably get rid of to get new. And then the older brake liners we got now will replace the Chevys to run salt run. Because the three older Chevys are the oldest ones we got. But the three new freight liners we bought last, which are 6 years old, we have put, now this ain't counting the warranty work with them trucks and new. I think the first 2 years we had warranty on it. But since the warranty's run out, we put 7,000 something into one, 5,800 into another, and almost 16,000 into another.
it's a nice 4-year period.
6 years.
6 year
Yeah,
period.
well, basically 4, because the warranty covered the first 2 years. So that's just something to think about. Now, I'm not gonna say Pete or International may hold up 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, it
works, but,
No matter what you do, there's gonna be
right,
repairs.
yeah,
What's the warranty on these?
that's one thing I forgot to ask.
I'm sure no.
I think they was all 2 years, but I was just something that night when I came in the courthouse, I forgot to ask about the warranties. And most of them trucks are anywhere from 6 months to a year legal, which is
Lead
down from 2 to 3 year legal last year and the year before.
So if we make a decision now, it probably won't be till June before they're delivered.
Yeah, probably so, or even later, depending on what's been ordered since legal.
So we're just gonna be short of truck no matter what this winter.
Yeah,
But we got 2 coming, let's get new motors.
yes.
But we got
And
one
we're
down.
hoping to hear from truck truck 6 this week or next week. That's one of the ones getting loaded. And I do have 2 of the Chevys that we run salt brine with. We have full brine tanks out of them, put spreader boxes in them, so they are ready to go for snow to get it spotted. How long it'll last, I don't know.
But that affects your ability to pre-treat. So it just makes your,
Yeah, we've been using, the last 2 times we've been out, we've been using one salt brine truck to treat everything else is salt. So
I noticed we was using cinders all over.
which they are nice to have on fields before snow, because it puts something on you.
I think this is too important to put off, quite off, like something in doing next month. Especially if we make a decision. It's gonna be June before you even get it.
Yeah,
I
I know it's more money, but from what we put in the freight liners, with the 9 freight liner trucks that we got over the years, I would like to see us try something different.
Approximately 20,000 more.
Two of them or one of them?
2 of them.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we're
I mean, it's 380
versus 4 on 2.
versus 4 of them. But we discussed this when we bought the last 3. Council raised up with the funds to buy them last time. We discussed changing the village limit. Now these trucks have gone up quite a bit, but
No, I mean, I get it.
we've had a lot of little nickel and dime issues with freight liners.
One of the biggest problems we've had with the 3 newest freight liners is electrical issues. It's like all the wiring harnesses are too short to start with, you know, they heat cool, they shrink, they pull apart. And truck 13, which is the one we put almost 16,000 into, it had to be towed in and we hauled it up to freight liner and it had to have a whole new complete engine wiring harness and everything under the hood new wiring. And I'm not saying it won't happen with any other brand either.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, it's,
the difference is like $22,222.
it's not much. I mean, yeah, $1,000.
$11,000 per
Still,
vehicle.
I mean,
Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion, to purchase 2 new dump trucks from Peterbilt down in Louisville. At amount of $402,372.
But the motion.
Got a motion from Randy, a second from Jerry to approve the purchase of 2 new dump trucks from TLG Peterbilt of Louisville in the amount of $402,372.
That should come out of.
It'll come out of the commissioner's casino revenue. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Must balance about 69.
Anything else, Dustin?
That's all I got, appreciate it.
Careful of those trucks when you get them.
Right.
Nothing on the agenda under old business, so we'll move to new business. First up, John Canova.
Start out with park business. December 11th, Wednesday, we had a park board meeting at the library with the YPAC president, with a 24-25 contract. The only difference between the two contracts is we granted them another 30 days in case they have baseball tournaments. So they're good to the end of July. It's been signed, so we're ready for 2025. December 9th, I visited all three parks. Everything looked fine at Markland, no new roofs yet. Town of Eby has a new sign, was two new 6x6s where the tourism old sign was. 4 cars are parked there, so people are still fishing. Let's see, Patriot, I picked up dead branches, all that 80-year-old could lift. 3 dozen beer cans. Our portalet got hit by a truck, probably on purpose. So the door is just hanging. So we called the people there and they're going to haul it away. Bryan's Creek all looked well, but area in the bay where I took my kayak used to be 3 feet deep. Now it's 6 inches deep. And I'm not sure if a power boat can access the river anymore. I think they have to use the creek. I don't think you can get out to the river there. Also, asphalt shingles, a mattress, and a flat screen TV were just dumped off recently, last couple of weeks. Some of it I cleaned up, but I didn't have the ability.
That's on page.
That's at Bryan's Creek. Yeah, again. Let's see. December 5th, Brandy from the town says the December 4th meeting, the unsafe building code hearing. Ohio Street house was demolished by the new owners. Pike Street's got 45 days to rehab. The one on Ferry Street, the yard's cleaned up and they're going to do something soon. And John still lives on Long Run Road where there were 53 inoperable vehicles, then there was 54, and now there's 55. And that's it.
Thank you, John.
Yes, sir.
I just ask that you start going to county council meetings and give your report to them as well. Since they know better than the commissioners what we need and what we don't need relative to a nuisance ordinance and enforcement of it, so.
Well, frankly, you guys
It
are.
might help your cause a little bit.
You guys are smarter and more informed than they are.
Well, if you keep them more informed, then they'll be maybe, able to help.
And there's gonna be 3 new members up there too next year. Long, you got 2 new members coming up here in January, so got some work cut out. But you can do it.
Joy.
We should have a new ordinance and a new vehicle. Only thing we need someone to enforce it and to drive the vehicle, but we'll continue to work on it, so. FCER director. I think everyone's aware that, Emily resigned. Gosh, I don't know, a month ago, 27th of, 2nd of November, December.
Definitely a little.
November.
December.
22nd of November, we had put Ryan Everman, in as an interim director, pending a search. That search is now completed and we're, going to offer a full-time position to Ryan Everman. So we'll go ahead and vote on it. I'd make a motion to offer Ryan Everman a full-time director position at Switzerland County Emergency Response effective 12/16, effective today, 2024.
Second to the motion.
Got a motion from Jamie, a second from Jerry, to offer Ryan Everman full-time director position of SCER effective 12/16/2024. All in favor? Aye. Highway electric, you aren't done yet.
Sorry, forgot about that.
So we've got, Wesley, you got one quote, right?
Yeah.
And the quotes to put electric in the building, needs to be, industrial park, thanks. I don't know if it's high quote or low quote. On the surface, it seems fairly expensive to me, to run 170 feet of 100 amp service from one building to the other, install, 6 new LED lights, plugs and switches, in the amount of $7,062. I don't know what Randy or Jerry's thoughts are. To me, it seemed kind of expensive, and probably we should try to get another quote, at least one more quote, probably.
I think another quote would be nice, just so we can have, compare apples to apples, to see what we got. Yeah, to me, it seems kind of high, then again, electrical, who knows,
170 feet, not that
It's
far.
not that far, that's true. So,
Yeah, there is, yes, that's correct.
But yeah, I would like to see a second quote.
So I'll make a motion to table, the electrical service down to the industrial park, pending additional quotes.
I'll second that.
Got a motion from Jamie, a second from Randy, to table any decision on the electrical service at the industrial park, pending additional quotes. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
I was also just informed that line striping is included in the community cost.
Okay.
So you're gonna, not gonna get a chance to test out the new
What
ones.
Tony Lee or she?
Oh, yeah, we got plenty to do for
Okay,
that line
all
striping.
right.
What's the name?
Ron,
Ronnie, he leaves taxi.
yeah. But it is not included in the article.
Okay, up next, board appointments.
I'm thrilled to get that striker. Something that's been on the agenda for a while, get stripes on these county roads. Cut down on accidents, help with the ability to do that.
Yeah.
First up is property tax assessment board.
You need two, and you got three applicants.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yes.
Well, it looks like.
So we have 3 applicants: Jim Wingate, Christy Alexander, and Natalie Peters. It appears as though Christy Alexander and Jim Wingate are currently on that board, and their terms expire December 31st. And is this correct, Pete? The other position doesn't expire until end of.
Council appointed that position last Wednesday.
Okay.
You want a motion? One time or you
I'll
want?
entertain one.
One
One, fine.
one at a time or two at a time?
2 at a time, fine with me.
I'll make two, okay. I'll just, it'll do worse than one side. I'd like to make the motion that we accept Natalie Peters and Christy Alexander to the Property Tax Assessment Board of Appeals to be our representatives with commissioners.
That's that motion.
Got a motion from Randy, a second from Jerry to appoint Natalie Peters and Christy Alexander as the commissioners' appointments to the Property Tax Assessment Board for calendar year 2025. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Next is School Endowment Board. We have one position and it appears as though one applicant, Clay Meyer.
I'll make a motion if you ready, have one entertained
I'm ready.
to appoint Clay Meyer, School Endowment Board
I'll second. Go
for
ahead.
next year for.
I'll make that motion.
I'm assuming this is a one-year appointment.
1 year appointment, yes, sir.
Got a motion from Randy, a second from Jerry to appoint Clay Meyer as a commissioner's appointment for School Endowment Board for calendar year 2025. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Sorry, 2 year. I was looking at the wrong board.
2 years.
2 year.
2 year.
Technically, the appointment is still for 2025, but this also includes 26.
As far as the commission, I'll be following up in years. So I guess they'll be doing that first year. Right? I think I should get ready to sign that. I'll be back.
Next is Tourism Board. Looks like we have 3 open positions, is that correct?
Correct.
And Commissioners typically appoint 3. We have 2 candidates that have applied. Both are currently on that board, Gina Roberts and Teresa Bavard Lyons. That is a political affiliated board, a balanced board, I think. But since both of their terms are up, it can't be more than one. So it's not a problem. They're both currently on the board as Republicans, and both are still on here as Republicans. I'd make a motion to appoint Teresa Bavard Lyons and Gina Roberts. And this appears to be a 2-year appointment as well, is that correct?
2 years, yes, sir.
As the commissioner appointments for the tourism board, for calendar years 2025 and 2026.
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion from Jamie, a second from Randy to appoint Teresa Boulard Lyons and Gina Roberts to the Switzerland County Tourism Board for calendar years 2025 and 2026. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Next is Health Board. We have 3 applicants. Input? Sure, we'll hear your input.
Tell you a quick story about dump trucks turned over, real quick. You remember that? Been since before Johnny Andrews passed up on O'Day Road.
Yep.
Well, that one, it was really slippery one Saturday morning, turned all the way over. Bobby came over from Big Rigs,
Yeah.
uprighted him, left a big pile of cinders, and it had salt in it. So Johnny's cows would come and lick that salt pile all summer long after that. All right, so this has political affiliation, 2 Democrats. Kind of hope you'll just reappoint the 2. They've been good members, both Democrats. That's what you're looking for, to keep it even. This 1620 code has all this stuff in it. It talks about, it gives you an example of, for example, you could have 4 members if you had 7 total members, you could have 4 members in one political party or the other. But since the state won't let us have 7 members because we would have to have a physician that lives in Switzerland County to be able to do that, we do not. So we have 6 members right now. Spells out vacancies. The 1620 code doesn't really spell out a whole lot outside of that as far as reappointment, but I mean, we've done a lot of reappointments over the years. Joe, of course, had been the environmentalist for years before he got on the board, retired and got on the board, and then Cindy's been a social worker. She'd also done several things after she retired from the state of Indiana, and one of which is she had done worked at Children's Advocacy Center for a while.
So the other candidate is also a Democrat, correct?
Yes, I think. Is that Ashley?
That's what-
Is that Ashley?
She's on here.
Ashley, okay. And Ashley, Ashley's great too. She's a great, nurse practitioner, so that qualifies under nursing code for board appointments and whatnot.
Don't want any new blood?
Pardon?
You don't want any new blood,
No, I mean, that's,
new ideas?
well, I mean, that's fine too, but it's like, kind of like the thing, there's a lot going on too with Health First Indiana. A lot of money to try to spend on health and see some kind of improvements. You need to get the key performance indicators out and see that you're actually doing something rather than just spending it.
I know, I just like Baltic on national, this board, that's just me. Like I said, new blood, somebody a little different, she's, say, nurse on that. I know she ran for council this year.
Council of League.
I mean, she wants to be involved.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. I mean,
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's you guys' decision on this,
I mean,
We also had, of course, there were a couple that were also Democrats that didn't get selected from the last round that kind of were somewhat on a waiting list, Steve Conkle and Sherry Roberts.
Can you tell us the other 2 individuals, qualifications that make them more qualified? then Ashley?
Just experience. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about Ashley. Ashley picks up trash from the BB Hill, you know.
Joe's a good guy. I know
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah.
That's right up the road from me.
Yeah.
Good guy.
And I know Ashley's
Cindy's a good
interested,
person too, so.
Ashley's interested in doing something, you know, for or with the county. I don't have no beef with Ashley at all.
Sometimes all you need is a chance to get your foot in the door to, you know, to help.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the way that code's spelled out, that chapter, not chapter, let's see, title, article, chapter, yeah, chapter. So it'd be 1620 and 2, number 2. So the way that spells it out is, it actually, it's a short chapter if you look at it, because it breaks it up into populations of over 200,000 and population over less than 200,000, which of course we've been less than 200,000, so it's really fairly straightforward. But they spell it out as medicine, nursing, hospital administrator, pharmacology, social work, dentistry, veterinary medicine, engineering, environmental science, legal profession, school administrator. And of course, we have several of these things taken care of in there. You can do a member of the public also,
Right.
but you like to keep a lot of these in there for medical questions or one thing or another.
She's medical profession. I'm assuming Joe is law.
Joe's environmental science. Yeah, he had worked at that before health for, I don't remember, seems like, I think it was over 10 years. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? I'll try to answer them.
No, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Two appointments, 3 candidates, applicants.
I was gonna pull the trigger here in a second.
Well, I mean, we can have, continue to have discussion. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as you. I think it's good to add,
Mhm.
new, ideas, new people, diversity of thought, if you will.
Mhm.
So I'm not opposed to, now look, I'm not opposed to any of the others
No, I'm not.
either. There's pros and cons to both. There's pros to new ideas, new thoughts, and there's pros to experience, obviously. So, I could be fine with whatever we decided in that respect. Will you be the tiebreaker?
Come on, you're up.
I'm up.
Swing for the fence.
Do you want me to make a motion?
You can make a motion if you want to.
I would make a motion for Cindy Wagner and Maxwell McAllister.
I'll second that motion.
I got a motion from Jerry, a second from Randy to appoint Ashley McAllister and Cindy Wagner, for 3-year term. 4-year term, 2025 through 2028, for Switzerland County Health Board. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
We just had one application, one letter,
Right.
they all.
That's what
I'm trying to figure out what I did here and get it straightened back out.
Except for one
And
of
I
them,
ended up with this
one of them
one.
is applicant. But just for the record, she's the only applicant on one of your upcoming postings. And she's already been posted to one today, and she was posted to another one on Wednesday.
Wasn't she appointed a council?
Yes, on Wednesday.
that was.
That one, yeah.
So, okay,
I appreciate, she had like a shotgun approach, and I appreciate that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was just, and I cannot speak to the cemetery board and what she prefers. I'm just, she was appointed to one Wednesday, she's been appointed to one this evening,
mhm.
and she's your only applicant on one of the other ones getting ready to come up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this letter basically explains that all 5
Current
appointments would like to be reappointed.
Yes, sir.
And you have 6.
We have 6, so. And again, I'm not trying to speak for her, I'm just saying that she is
I got you.
on 2, likely 3, this will be 4.
And she is applying for the 6th, as the 6th appointment.
Correct.
We're gonna get 5.
I should council have some appointment for cemetery board and
Got all 5.
She's your only applicant on the.
Right.
The next one.
Excellent.
Just to verify.
There's a heads up.
I was attempting to make it as easy as possible. I was not trying to make it hard.
So that being said, I would make a motion to reappoint Carolyn Miller, Bert Allen, Nancy Clark, Cindy Harris, and Barry Brown to the cemetery board.
I'll second that motion.
got a motion from Jerry, a second from Randy to reappoint Nancy Barker, Cindy Harris, Bert Allen, Barry Brown, and Carolyn Miller to the cemetery board for calendar year 2025. Any further discussion? All in favor? Next is Southeastern Indiana Recycling District. We have one applicant and one appointment. I'd make a motion to appoint Natalie Peters to the Southeastern Indiana Recycling District, 1-year appointment for calendar year 2025.
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion from Jamie, a second from Randy to appoint Natalie Peters as a commissioner's appointment for the Southeastern Indiana Recycling District for calendar year 2025. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. This says economic redevelopment. Redevelopment Commission.
Yes, sir.
We have 3 appointments and 2 applicants, is that correct?
Correct.
One is a current board member. Yes. So since one of them is a sitting commissioner, I'm gonna assume that he probably won't vote. The two candidates are Jerry Monjar and Gene Crabtree. I would make a motion to appoint Jerry Monjar and Gene Crabtree as the Switzerland County Commissioners appointments for the redevelopment commission, calendar year 2025.
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion from Jamie, a second from Randy to appoint Jerry Monjar and Gene Crabtree as redevelopment commission candidates, for calendar year 2025. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Page on this.
Southeastern Indiana Regional Planning Commission. We have one candidate and one appointment.
So, where it comes?
Sarah Brickell, that's great. And she's currently on that board as well.
Southeast.
I entertain a motion.
I don't have that piece.
Okay, I can do it. I'll make a motion to appoint Sarah Bricktoe as the commissioner's appointment for the Southeastern Indiana Regional Planning Commission for calendar year 2025. Got a motion from Jamie, a second from Jerry to appoint Sarah Bricktoe as commissioner's appointment for the Southeastern Indiana Regional Planning Commission calendar year 2025. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. And so we're short 2 appointments for that board, correct? Needed 3, and we have 1 applicant.
Still be taking applications.
Any interest in starting?
One of them will be a commissioner that sits on that board, correct? No, that's not correct. So there's 1 commission.
Yeah, one commissioner,
One council, and then
the other 3
3
appointments.
other appointments. So we are short
2.
2.
Which is short 1 on the redevelopment too.
Maybe I'll sign up for something. I have one for you.
It's been the last page you got. Do you not have it?
Evidently not.
Then the final appointment is Alcohol Tobacco Commission. We have 1 applicant and 1 position to appoint. Applicant is Emily Bush. I assume Colton Splain, I think that's supposed to be Splain instead of Slain, isn't?
It is plain, yeah, typo, sorry. Yeah, he did not apply. Actually, this application was received today.
I'm all about applying.
So council did Scotty Moore already.
Yep.
Actually did, you know, that's what Scotty's up there. You know,
Supposed to turn along.
1 year.
it's not that far.
It is a little bit.
Pull the trigger.
I just didn't know it, you know.
Entertain a motion.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to appoint Emily Bush to the Alcohol and Tobacco Commission for 2025. So,
I'll second that motion.
A motion from Jerry, a second from Randy, to appoint Emily Bush as the commissioner's appointment for the Alcohol and Tobacco Commission for calendar year 2025. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Pete, we'll get an update sometime, on what we're doing yet, Phil.
Yeah, I just heard, I mean, I have it right here. I can,
Okay.
that
You don't
can
mind
be
just shoot a
tomorrow
quick
on
email?
Facebook, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd appreciate it, sir.
yeah, no, that's simple enough. Jamie, I'll have all these filled out sometime this week, if you don't mind stopping by to, I can wait, if you're gonna have a special session, use them all signs then.
One of the last things we'll discuss is when we want to have our wrap-up meeting, so we just should decide to have it this week. Either way, I'll be down there and sign them. Next, it's not on here, Joe, I'd asked you to put it on here, and I asked that, you bring the current casino revenue distribution, not those, the distributions. Council used to allocate distributions, percentages for, like sheriff and commissioners.
This is
And,
what's been distributed.
yeah, I don't want to know what's distributed, what those allocation amounts. So sheriff historically got 5%, for example, of casino revenue. Commissioners got, I don't know.
Misunderstood what you, I mean, this is what, this sheet here does show you what they were approved. That's what they were approved. They did.
That's the bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just.
We don't have that one.
Okay, there. So I can do quick math of what,
Yeah. If you look, this total where it says the second to the last column is what it was approved was the 6 million. Down there at the bottom. So that's
Got
what
you.
they're.
so Randy, we've gone through this during one of the other budget process meetings and
No, I wasn't here. Yvette had taken their free and I couldn't get the numbers to come up, but I think we need to do some, again,
okay,
something. As far as percentages,
yes.
right,
So
I mean,
just what's casino claims benefits? You know,
Should be health benefits.
yeah, that's.
okay. That's 2 million, that's 33%, 33 and a third percent.
Mhm. So I mean, you're just gonna, from the
But that,
Y down, you're not going to even consider any of those.
we'll still do town of View, town of Patriot, all the trustees, fire chiefs, and then no, for Historical Society, 4-H Public Library, American Legion, VFW will not be a part of the distribution. Once we get, Pat has already drafted a grant process for the county. We haven't voted on it yet
Okay.
or adopted it, but it has been drafted. It just needs to be adopted.
So the trustees.
So these people will be able to
apply.
apply for a grant.
But the trustees do not have to, they'll get a percentage?
No, they're county government. They're a part of county
Well,
government.
they hadn't been.
They're not considered an NGO.
For the historical society. What about the Y?
The WAC is an NGO. So we've got law enforcement or emergency response, infrastructure, which is the commissioners. And then we added one, investment fund, but we'll just have to have that discussion since it's somehow, whatever Yvette put down, didn't get included maybe.
The rainy day emergency or the day?
No, rainy day still stays there.
Yeah, rainy day, I mean, we talked about putting $1 million every
Do
year.
you want,
That's what we talked about.
For the investment
For the
fund.
investment fund.
Right.
I mean,
instead of like the savings, you wanted to title it investment?
We-
Right
I
here.
mean, that's just what we called it that day, so
Okay.
and Pete, real quick, we got a, conference call scheduled for when with, Henry, that's it.
Tomorrow.
That's not, you're welcome to attend, I guess.
No, I don't want to.
But that's for payroll, processing.
They were supposed to get back.
They are.
He
I
was
talked to
included
him,
on that
I
email.
talked to him today. He said he has to wait on this call with Henry or with Remodel to get all the information so we had somebody sign up Sunday.
Okay.
Just because they were having issues with their.
The reason I'm asking that is we may want to change this 33.3%, because if the new health benefits come in where we think they're gonna be, then we don't need the full 2 million dedicated to the health benefits. But we need to have that meeting, that call to confirm where it's gonna be, before we can make that decision. So I would recommend, for purposes of tonight, we go ahead and leave it at 33%, and if we need to change it, we can change it later.
Yeah, from what I gather, it'll be at the end of this week at soonest.
So for those of you that don't know or haven't heard, we anticipate, with the new health benefit plan that we went to, the 2025 savings to the county being somewhere around $400,000 with a zero negative impact to the employees. But we have to have that follow-up meeting to confirm after everybody signed up, what their policy cost exactly is and where that really falls out. So, during our discussions and interviews with Henriot, that was the anticipated number in terms of the savings. But again, we need to finalize those numbers and make sure that is truly going to be the savings. So law enforcement, it appears, was around 5 point something%.
Let's see, that's pretty average.
Emergency response was around 5% even, probably. Infrastructure, the commissioner does evidently 10%. I'm just giving you ballpark numbers.
It looks like,
But
but I'm sorry. What did you say the law enforcement was?
around 5%. 5% of 6,300,000, so it's 5 point something. It might have been 5.25,
Three,
Okay.
5.3.
0.053. That's 0.053.
And then the public schools. What's
It's going down 0.0375.
375? 3.75.
So that would make the fire chiefs have as well.
Fire chiefs must have been around 3.8, something like that.
So,
You know what, let's do, let's table this till
I mean,
our wrap-up meeting, and then we'll go through and, do
yeah,
the percentages.
yeah, let's get a new
so
condense up.
Well, for 2024,
but
this is for going forward, what those distribution amounts are. So this would be starting with 2025 distributions to each of these entities.
what are you trying to get into the investment fund?
At least $1 million.
The rainy day, that would stop.
Yeah, we may leave the rainy day because I think the current balance of it is fairly high. Well, it should be right here.
Yeah, it's 4.7.
Yeah, 4.7 million. So that's, I'm not saying we want to cut it. But I think it's
Needs to grow.
fairly sufficient that for now that we should, and maybe we can make some type of rule that if it falls below X, then it has to be funded. And that funding would come off of the top of the investment fund. So if it falls below, let's say $5 million as an example, then it automatically, the investment fund defaults to rainy day until it's back to 5 million as an example. But we should be investing the 4.7 million as well,
Yeah.
so that we're getting significant revenue off of that
Right.
4.7 million. So I'm gonna make a motion to table, the casino distribution, discussion and approval until, our year-end wrap-up meeting. We'll go through and do the math on the percentages so that we can understand, you know,
Good idea.
where we need to truly be.
I'll second that motion now. You did make a motion. Yes. Okay.
We got a motion from Jamie, a second from Randy to table the casino distribution, discussion, till our wrap-up meeting. Any further discussion? All in favor?
When will the wrap-up meeting be?
That's what we'll go into that next. When you have the wrap-up meeting,
Uh,
27? That gives us time to have met with Henry Ott as well.
That's Friday, next Friday?
Is it-
I've already
So week on
requested.
Friday,
It is on Friday.
week on Friday, 27th is on a Friday, yes.
I don't care. I got a half day vacation at work. I'm out there working on this, you know, so.
We'll make it last 4 hours
We'll
then.
make it last 4 hours.
You know, we don't have a lot of business, it's mostly just for them playing.
Well, It's gonna take a little while.
We always have to do.
Well, now that I kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be handy to have some columns there to play with right here. So,
I don't think I'm too important for this meeting, but that is my PTO day, so it's out there.
You should be fine.
Okay. I
As long as
I
you
don't
have
feel
the-
like I'm needed, but just.
As long as we've had the discussion with Henry Ott prior,
Okay.
then we should be fine.
Cool. What do we say?
27
Maybe I got.
works for me.
Sure you do.
And typically, we don't ask everybody to attend that round.
I mean, okay, I mean, unless you have something for it.
I mean, you like that thing, so this, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you like, okay.
And have full time to advertise to the 27th at what time?
What time you wanna do it? I don't care. After
Day
that,
normal, 5 o'clock. And then I ain't gonna do it, unless you wanna do it a bit earlier in the day.
on Friday. I was gonna take off a half day. I'll do that.
Oh, Jerry.
Still going, Gary.
I don't care, man.
Let's go one. Yeah. Sorry, Jerry.
It's the end of my ball game, you know, I don't.
We have one next year.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. All right.
I gave you enough time to get here.
Oh,
But I heard Jerry say 8 AM.
That's what I think.
1 AM?
8 AM.
Board reports? I don't have any.
No slowing down. No,
Our
sir.
next board meeting isn't until 7:30.
Same here.
General, any other topic? Discussion?
I do have one,
Well, your time was up like an hour ago.
I talked to Laura Slusher today from LPAC about our speech study we want done on Garland Road. She thinks she can help us do it in the Oakland. The counters they had in the county this year, counting traffic and all that, they also had a speed counter on some of them. So Garland does have the speed count and the vehicle count that we can pull data from. So start of the new year, she's gonna come down, we'll look at Garland and see what all we need to do to finish it up for the speed study. And then she can also train me to do the speed studies on our own, for when we do hers, for the backup if we need information. So she's got me all the emails about the software and stuff that we have used for this, so hopefully in the future, we'll be able to do our own speed study. Not cost.
You have a few other?
Nope.
I guess you do.
No. No more.
Is there?
Open it to the audience. Public, go ahead. There's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Give a specific date for kickoff for the time difference.
February.
Then, that's all.
Well, I mean, the meetings with the department head stuff, the discovery meetings, those will start in January.
Doc Finn,
When will a grant application be available? Grant
It'll-
application.
as soon as the commissioners adopt the grant process. So my guess is it'll be the first of the year.
I guess the second part of that question, does infants at Bloom fall in that, since it's not vote revenue, that's, opioid settlement dollars?
The opioid,
That's a totally, don't do it.
yeah, the opioid settlements, that has to go, we've discovered before our attorney, but that's a completely different thing than casino. I can
Right.
try to, I can get in touch with Pat and see where we stand with that, because we do have that money that needs to be
Right.
spent.
Well, I don't think they're wanting a lot of that, it's just kind of
They
saving
came
good
to us.
face between us and Jefferson County got $1 million for Bethany Legacy. We're trying to squeak around to get them 30 or 40,000 bucks.
There's probably more about 80,000.
We would have been in there, but I mean, we have, there's like certain steps.
Right, I mean, there's not restricted and restricted.
Yeah.
There are other entities in the county that are interested in that too.
From what I was told, all they had to do was apply for this through the county attorney. He sent it somewhere.
I haven't seen anything, but I.
Right, that was the understanding that I had, that was about miles. So,
So Gil, when you create this sheet again, can you also add grant fund? Because we'll want to allocate or dedicate X amount of casino revenue to that grant fund. So that, and when it's awarded and used up, then there is no more.
That's all you're gonna get for the year. Amount, so. You what?
You mentioned something. Well,
Yeah, we got that money too.
all of those.
It's money that they gave us that we can spend, instead of that.
that grant money, you're talking about that $25,000.
Travel.
I think so.
There's no, my knowledge, I even have to go back and look at it, because I haven't looked at it, we're gonna have to see what's allowed and what's not allowed.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. Got a motion from Randy, a second from Jamie. Any further discussion? All in favor? 1-5.
Thank you.
4 hours earlier than thought.
If I don't see you having.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, well,